Hello and welcome to today's crypto updates video, and in today's video I really want to catch up on some of the older projects that have been around since 2018 and that I've been following very closely to see what they've been up to. I'm not going to go through the whole history of updates in the last while, but I'll be checking like mostly roughly around the last month or so and some of the bigger updates that they have, just to kind of show how they've been progressing in the last while, especially with this craze, because we had this massive growth back in July and August, but now the market is pulling back quite a lot. Now Bitcoin isn't pulling back that much, thankfully, because if it does, then of course it drags everything down. But regardless, the altcoin market has been doing pretty bad in the last while now because it had that massive run up, so now it's having that pullback. And nevertheless, it's not too horrible, to be honest, compared to how it was at the beginning of this year. But some of the projects that I really want to talk about are Phantasma, which uses the ticker symbol SOL. Then I want to talk about Ontology, which uses the ticker symbol ONT. And finally, I'll talk about NEO, which uses the same ticker symbol as the full name, which is NEO. But hey, if this is the first time you're here, my name is Claudio and this is Phantasma Chain, the channel where I do crypto news, reviews, tutorials, and interviews. So please hit that subscribe button and enable notifications if you're new to not miss the next video I upload that may interest you. And do like the video if you enjoyed it, or dislike if you don't, and just leave a comment below letting me know what you think. But let's get straight in here and talk about Phantasma. So this is again a project from back in 2018. I've been following very closely. There was some FUD with them at some point because they've had some delays with their mainnet launch and so on. This was back in 2019 when they were supposed to launch mainnet initially, but things have come a long way. They've partnered with GoT Entertainment. I've done several tutorials on them and reviews. I've had interviews, so there's a lot of content related to Phantasma on this channel, so you'll be able to find that. But really, I just wanted to talk about the latest updates that they have. So as we can see here, they're trading on CoinMarketCap on average at 8.9 cents, so just almost 9 cents now, down only 0.48% in the last 24 hours. But this price is very volatile because there isn't that much liquidity. As you can see here, the circulating supply is only 56.5 million. Total supply is almost 100 million. Again, on CoinGecko, they do actually update the circulating supply more often there. So do check CoinGecko for that, but I'm just used to checking CoinMarketCap for everything. But if we look here on their Twitter page, so we can see that the latest thing that they've posted, and this is like the latest in the last month or so, right? Because like I was saying, I'm not going to cover too much of the historical updates. But on the 16th of September, basically they were saying that they're going to do a Uniswap-like protocol. And this is kind of built into their wallet. I mean, I've done a tutorial on Phantom Wallet, which is one of the community-based wallets for Phantasma Chain. But they've got the Cosmic Swap feature, okay? So basically what this is pretty much the same as Uniswap, except you can swap in between the NEO blockchain version and the Ethereum, the NEO blockchain version, and the Phantasma blockchain. So this is a swap between three different blockchains. And of course, with this Cosmic Swap tool in general, you're going to be able to swap between multiple blockchains once they integrate them into this tool, right? So the idea for them to have this Cosmic Swap protocol is to be able to do interoperability between various different blockchains. But as you know, this takes time. It's not straightforward to do because different blockchains have different code. It's not easy to get them to be interoperable, right? But it is possible. So this is something that they're working on. So again, this hasn't actually been launched yet, I think, because they were supposed to launch this quite a while back. Now they posted this, like I said, on the 16th, but it didn't happen yet. So I think they're still working on that. Now, of course, they've been doing a lot of stuff on NFTs because they've got that game with GoT Entertainment, which is called 22RS, 22 Racing Series. Now, KCAL, which is the energy token, the fuel token of Phantasma Chain, and again, Phantasma SOL, which is the token, was actually tradable on KuCoin under the NEO blockchain. Okay, this is how they've been launched from the beginning. But then they had the Phantasma blockchain, so you could actually swap the SOL token to the SOL coin on the Phantasma blockchain. And on that blockchain, in order to do transactions, you need to actually have a fuel token, and in this case it's called KCAL. Okay, so they've decided to go with the dual token system. So KCAL has been something that has been generating a lot if you were to stake a SOL on the Phantasma blockchain. So the issue with KCAL that we had was that it wasn't actually tradable anywhere. So this is something that they've finally been doing now. They've listed it on Uniswap as an ERC20 token, which is on the Ethereum blockchain. So yes, if you are interested in KCAL, you can find it on Uniswap. And again, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please always do your own research and do check the disclaimer in the description of the video. But if you are interested, this is the Uniswap link here on their Twitter page, which you can see here. So basically, over the last 6 months, the development team at Phantasma has been hard at work, gradually implementing cumulative upgrades and additional functionality to future-proof the blockchain. So as you can see, they're doing constant updates here, which is great. There's more information with regards to KCAL here. The current circulating supply is 23 million, but it is growing, just to keep that in mind, because everybody that's staking SOL is generating KCAL, and a lot of the people that have been staking for such a long time, you could imagine they have a lot of KCAL. So a lot of KCAL was actually sold on Uniswap at the beginning when it started trading there. I believe it's trading around 2 to 3 cents at the moment. I'm not entirely sure, but it does fluctuate a lot, right? So again, you can receive 0.002 KCAL per day for each staked SOL, and again, this doesn't generate every second or every block or so on. You can only claim this once every 24 hours within the wallet. And again, you can get that information if you check out, if you're watching this on YouTube, the link should pop up on the top right hand corner, the link to the tutorial that I've done on Phantom Wallet, and that will explain to you how you can actually claim KCAL. And again, if you have any kind of doubts, because they'll be making a lot of changes, do join their Telegram channel. They'll be happy to help you over there. Very friendly people. So again, KCAL is a multi-chain token, and it's available on both Phantasma and Ethereum. Okay, so again, they're just reiterating here. Then there's the official announcement. As you know, I've done a video on the KuCoin hack. So apparently now you can trade SOL once again. Not only that, but I think you could trade it before. It's more that the deposits and the withdrawals are opened. Okay, so this was one of the problems that we had with the KuCoin hack, is that deposits and withdrawals were suspended for certain pairs, for certain coins, and now they've unblocked that basically. So you're free to withdraw from there if you have SOL. I know some people, like a lot of people probably from the community, had SOL on there because they're trading, and not everybody's staking, right? And again, the next huge milestone that Phantasma are proud to announce is the Ethereum interoperability, which is officially launched. Carefully read all the articles if you wish to engage in the token swaps between Ethereum and SOL. So again, do check this article here. This basically tells you everything. So if you're interested to know how you can swap in between, this is how you do it. So this is something to keep in mind. Again, with KCAL, they're going to do an NEP5 version, I believe. This was the initial plan. I'm not sure if they changed their mind or not, but there should be an NEP5 version. And if that would be the case, which is on the NEO blockchain, that would mean that it would also be tradable on Switch.io exchange, which is a hybrid exchange. It's not a decentralized exchange. It's a hybrid exchange on NEO, which also has Ethereum as well. So that's it about Phantasma. Again, do check them out if you're interested at Phantasma Chain on their Twitter page, and again, join their Telegram channel, which is also linked here. But let's talk about Ontology here. So Ontology has been one which I've been following for such a long time, again from the early days of 2018 basically. That's when they launched. They didn't actually have an ICO. So if you're new and you don't know about Ontology, they didn't have an ICO. They just basically did an airdrop to NEO holders. Back then they actually had an NEP5 token. Basically it was a token on the NEO blockchain, and then they've later moved to mainnet just like Phantasma did, and they basically done that token swap from the NEO blockchain over to the Ontology blockchain. So you had the ONT coin instead of the ONT token. So yes, trading at 57 cents here, down 3.3% as you can see in the last 24 hours. Now quite a lot has been in circulation recently. They've released a lot more, so 754.6 million is in circulation. I know they did some buybacks as well. So yeah, 1 billion is the total supply, so we're going to be looking at that anyway. But one of the things that I've been keeping an eye out with Ontology is the support zone for Ontology. I know that it was trading at like 80 and 90 cents for quite some time. It broke $1 a couple of times, and 50 cents was a very good support area, which meant that every time it got close to 50 cents it would bounce back up. But of course that was broken on the 13th of March when we had that huge market crash, and it ended up going to as low as like 24 cents or 23 cents. So of course with that support zone being broken, then 50 cents became resistance, which was again broken thankfully, and that ended up becoming support once again, I think because of the previous support that we had. That's normally how it works with crypto markets and with markets in general when you're trading. So we'll see how this progresses. They've had a lot of updates now, so this is what I want to talk about. So they've got the unified protocol which has launched with uTrade on Ontology network. Basically what they're going to, we're finally seeing a protocol launching on Ontology, because it's been such a long time since we've seen anything launch on NEO or Ontology, simply because of that long bear market that we've had, projects that just didn't want to deploy, right? And we're seeing that sentiment come back now. So yes, Unified Protocol is something that are launching basically to integrate DeFi into Ontology, and this isn't the only protocol to help Ontology get onto the DeFi board, right? We've got other protocols too, other projects that are doing that. Now Mercedes-Benz are associating themselves to Ontology with Ontology using a tool called MoveX. So basically what that's going to do, that tool is going to integrate Ontology's identity system from the blockchain, which basically means that you'll be able to have a user experience with your smart devices or within your panels of the Mercedes-Benz cars, to be able to integrate from Ontology to the cars, right? So you'll be able to transfer apps and do all sorts of things like that. Now I'm not entirely sure on the full features that you can do, but this is just something that they've posted back in September. As you can see, this is in Spanish here. So yeah, we've got quite a lot more here. So basically they're just reiterating that the gas fees have dropped, have increased, but they are still low. Now the gas fees used to be 0.01 ONG. So again, ONG is the fuel token on the Ontology blockchain, and they have increased it to 0.05 as per the community voting. So that of course caused the price to pump, but now, you know, had a pullback again. So Unify is launching on Ontology network. They're excited to see the launch, of course. What other things do we have here? So we've got the Ontology listing on Coinbean, which is another exchange. Utrade will support ONTD. So ONTD will be the base token for the launch of the seed ONG and up pairs, using Wing Finance to swap ONT and ONTD before providing liquidity on Utrade. So Wing Finance is basically what Ontology are doing is just like other projects. They're trying to jump on board the hype. And as you know, DeFi has been the hype in the last couple of months. So Ontology are trying to ride that hype. So they're finding all these different partners, in this case Wing Finance, in order to integrate that. Then of course they've got the borrowable assets on Binance. So you can actually borrow Ontology now on Binance as well. So it's all about getting DeFi integrated. Just reiterating here with Unified Protocol and so on. Most of these tweets have been about Unified Protocol. So as you can see here, basically lately Ontology have gone on to this DeFi rocket ship, we could call it, right? Because they're just trying to take full advantage of this. So as you can see here, there was a letter from the founder John Lee to the Wing DAO community on the progress that was made so far in the latest DeFi project, which is Wing Finance. So this is basically their full focus right now, a credit-based cross-chain DeFi platform built on Ontology. So again, credit-based because Ontology are all about that identity, digital identity. And finally, let's talk about NEO. So NEO is a really old project. They used to be called AntShares back in 2016 and 2017. Then later on, like around June 2017, they've rebranded to NEO. And again, the price had just absolutely exploded in 2017, as did everything else. What's interesting is that the AntShares token price was actually 3 cents at ICO, initial coin offering. And if you're not sure what an initial coin offering, and you're watching this on YouTube, do check that video that's popping up on the top right hand corner, which explains to you what are ICOs, IDOs, IOs, and STOs, because you need to familiarize yourself with that. It's basically a token sale pretty much. Where they're looking for funding from the community in order to start their project, their business. Basically, it's kind of like looking for funding to start your business, right? You've got a startup, you want to start your business, but you don't have enough funds. You have some funds, but not enough, so you need that extra funding in order to hire people to kick off the project and so on. So that's what it means pretty much. Now, the circulating supply of NEO is 70.5 million and the total supply is 100 million. It's not going to change. The max supply is 100 million. And yeah, I mean, they've been doing pretty well. NEO have been doing okay. I mean, compared to 2017, you can't really compare it, right? But again, compared to the 13th of March when the price crashed to the ground again, it was like trading at like $3 or $4 if I'm not mistaken. So imagine it went all the way up to $20 and now it's pulling back a little bit. So still doing pretty well. But let's take a look here. So basically with them, with NEO, they're again trying to do exactly the same as Ontology. As you know, Ontology and NEO, and if you don't know, I'm going to tell you now. So Ontology and NEO are going to merge at some point. There's going to be NEO 3.0 and Ontology 2.0, and there's going to be a merger where they're going to work together. They're going to integrate the two chains and so on. So you're going to be able to do this kind of cross-chain interoperability as we're seeing with all these different blockchains. But like Ontology, NEO are also trying to ride the DeFi hype and the yield farming hype. So here we can see they've got Flamingo Finance, which you can use in order to provide liquidity in the pool for NEO, for example, and for other assets in order to be paid out, of course, in the specific tokens. So yeah, I mean, this is what they're going to do here. We've got the Flamingo Finance FLM token farming, which will begin shortly. Basically tells you here on Binance. Using the Binance Lodge Pool format. So again, Binance are trying to take advantage of this, as you can see how it all comes together. This yield farming hype and DeFi hype in general, because Binance obviously don't want the market to go to Uniswap, because Uniswap has had a huge amount of volume. So of course they're trying their best. CZ is trying his best to bring the users back to Binance, to get them to use the tools on Binance, because obviously he wants Binance to be the top #1 exchange and to remain this way. So yeah, I mean, with NEO, I mean, they've been doing a lot. They've been working on NEO 3.0, you know, quite a lot. They've been doing a lot of improvements. I know that they've been doing pretty horrible in their marketing. Like around 2018 and 2019, people were really angry that they weren't getting that many updates, and projects were leaving NEO. And the reason why most of these were leaving NEO is because they started their token sales on NEO, and then they've moved to their own blockchains or to other platforms where they found more benefits, basically. So, you know, NEO are basically coming back strong. They're not dying out. They've got a lot of funding. Anybody who's funding NEO, just know that they've got over like $1 billion or something in funding. So the funding is absolutely humongous. They've got a lot to keep going through multiple bear markets, basically. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, we're seeing more updates here. NFT based name service. So yeah, we're seeing more of these updates with regards to NFTs, DeFi, yield farming. Everything's coming together. All these different blockchains are trying to adopt them because they see that this is what the community wants, right? And you got to go with what the community wants, because at the end of the day, if you don't, you're going to die out as a project. So that's it from today's video. Let me know what you think again in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.